Hey, it's Kashia with the Dreamers League. I'm so glad you guys are joining me. Today we're going to delve right into 3 ways to give yourself permission to be great. Because you do know, no one has to sign off on your greatness. There is not a permission slip that needs to be signed for you to be great or for you to pursue your dreams. It's all about a decision that you have to make. And that brings me to my first challenge. A lot of people say, my current situation does not allow me the time or the opportunity to pursue my dream, so I'm stuck. No, you're not stuck. There's always a way, but getting back to my first point, you have to determine that your dream, your goal, is a non-negotiable. It is not an option. This is something that is going to happen. I have determined the outcome. Now it's just a matter of working it out. So your next step after that needs to be brainstorming creative ways to make your dream happen in your current situation. A quick example. I was working as a collections agent about 4 years ago now. I was really tired of it. I didn't like it. I hated it. I would cry every day because I missed my children so much. On top of just not liking the job, and I wanted to figure out a way as a single parent that I could work from home and earn money and raise my children. And I determined that that is what was going to happen. So I began applying for, different positions that were online. I got one, and then I freaked myself out a little bit because I'm thinking, okay, I have to train for this job. I can't just quit the one that I have now and go to the new one. So what do? Well, in January, I took vacation from the job that I had now at that time, and I used my vacation time to train. When I got back, gave them my 2 weeks notice, and I was out of there. And despite anyone's opinion on it or anyone's outlook on it or take on it, I determined that what I wanted was most important. And I figured out a way to do it that was in line, that was creative, and that got me to got me to my goal. And you'll have to do the same thing. Your dream might be much bigger than that. It might be smaller than that. It might be about the same. But regardless, it takes a decision first. And then you have to be able to think creatively. Think outside of the box. Think of some ways that you can, right now, take some action steps towards your dream. Once you've done that, you'll then need to carve out time to make it happen. So once you've determined that your dream is non-negotiable, once you've brainstormed and come up with a good plan of action, now you have to take action. You have to take radical action towards your dream or your goal. Otherwise, having plans without action means nothing. So you're going to have to decide that this is what you're going to do, and you're going to have to carve out the time to make it happen. Another thing I hear is, we aren't good, I'm not good enough, or I'm not talented enough, I'm not smart enough. The first thing I have to say is just stop with the self-deprecation. You are destined for greatness, whether you know it or not, or whether you believe it or not. Your unique perspective is needed in whatever it is that you feel like is the calling on your life. You are already equipped with everything that you need right now to make your dream happen. Now, whether you have those skills or things right now, that doesn't matter. That does not determine whether or not you can pursue your dream, because everything that we need, if we don't have it now, it is readily available to us. The universe gives us everything we need to make it happen. So what you'll need to do is just assess your current skill level. Think about, okay, what skills do I need in order to be, let's say, just take being a chef, for example, or just take, personally, I started a t-shirt company many years ago with a business partner, and we didn't have a lot of money, so we did everything in-house. One of the things that I needed to do, I had to be a graphic designer, having never even having heard of Photoshop before. But necessity sometimes causes us to push ourselves to do things that we normally would not do or normally would not know how to do. But I taught myself graphic design, and I'm pretty darn good with it now. But it was because I was determined that, this is something that I needed to do. I needed to literally become a graphic designer to make my t-shirt business work. And I did it. And the t-shirt business didn't fail, but now I got a new skill. And it's brought me all the way around to, I design my own websites and things like that now, just based off of that one time back when I had no clue outside of Microsoft Publisher what it meant to be a graphic designer. So then you figure out, okay, this is my current skill level. This is what I need to know. So how do I go about getting that? How do I go about educating myself or giving myself these new skills? And it's not always about going back to school. And I'm not discouraging you from going to school. If you need to get a bachelor's degree, if you need to get a master's degree. But sometimes, your skill level is just a YouTube video away. It's just a tutorial away. It's just a workshop or a webinar away. And you'll learn so many things are available to us now. So many people are sharing information and content and how to do things. You can pick it right up. And everything that you learn new is going to take some time and some practice, but you can get your hands on it. Once you've determined that this is what you want to know, it's all about determination. It's all about making a decision within yourself that this is what you want. And once you have done that, everything will fall in line. I promise you, everything will fall in line, but you have to want it, and you have to be willing to put the time and effort into making it happen. The last challenge that I hear a lot, and the one that seems to get people the most, is, I hear people say, no one understands my vision. So what? And I know that sounds really harsh, because everyone wants their family and their friends to understand their vision and to support them and to get behind it. But the fact of the matter is that they may not. And in fact, in most cases, they don't understand it. They're going to call you crazy. And it's not always coming from a place of, they're not hating on you or coming from a place of trying to tear you down. They just literally, they don't understand it. And they don't want you to get involved in something that is going to fail. But first of all, don't be afraid of failure. You can't even, I don't know anybody who's been successful, who's been extremely successful without many, many failures or mistakes. So you have to get rid of that notion that somehow failure means that you have to give up on your dreams. Stop being afraid of failure. But aside from that, friends and family are not always a part of your vision. They just aren't. And it's okay. Yes, I think that, family and friends should be obligated to support you. But if they don't, what do? You have to keep, because you've made the decision that your dream and your goal is non-negotiable, you have to keep pushing regardless of whether they are supporting your dream or not, whether they understand your dream or not, whether or not they're going to get behind your dream or not. Remember that visionaries, almost every visionary you can think of, Steve Jobs, even Martin Luther King, Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, even Mother Teresa, all these people who made huge legacies for themselves and impacted the world in the biggest ways were called crazy. People didn't understand their vision. People did not understand their vision, but when they understood their own vision. They understood that within themselves, this is what they were meant to do. This is what they were meant to be. And it was not determined by the people around them. Even if those people are family, even if those people are friends. Make the decision that your dream is non-negotiable. And it does not matter. It does not matter who is helping you, who is behind you, and who isn't. But that doesn't mean that you'll have to do this completely alone. I have something that I call a heat seeker. I call it a heat seeker. A lot of people call it, the law of attraction or the secret or a magnet, but I like to think of it more as a heat seeker. And what your heat seeker is, Once you have focused and zoned in on what it is that you want for yourself, whatever you wanted to achieve, your heat seeker starts seeing opportunities and relationships and just little tidbits here and there that align themselves nicely with your dream. That's what your heat seeker does. And so even though your family and even though your friends may not be at a place where they can support you right now, there are other people who are like-minded, who can grab hold of your vision, who can stand behind your vision. But it takes just walking it out. You'll have to navigate part of it alone sometimes. You will. Because not at every point will everybody understand exactly what you're doing. You have to be willing to do it alone. But trust and believe that your internal heat seeker will find people who align themselves well with your vision and with your goal and with your dream. So it won't always be alone, but you have to be willing to go alone. So there you have it. 3 ways to give yourself permission to be great. How are you going to give yourself permission to be great today, right now, in this moment? Make a decision that your dream is not an option, that it just is. Your dream is, and now you have to walk it out. So talk to me. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Like this video, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and let's chat it up. Tell me what are some challenges that you're having to giving yourself permission to be great. Tell me how you have given yourself permission to be great. What are some plans that you have? And I'll see you next Monday. Bye. Hey dreamers, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Visit me online at www.thedreamersleague.com and check below the video to find out where you can dream, visualize, and manifest with me everywhere on social media.